Hi everybody, Gina Marie here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am getting ready to do an all signs video, so take it how it resonates and leave the rest behind. Whenever you find this video, you are meant to find it. All right, everyone, let's see where the cards want to take us today. All right, everybody, if you'd like to join my newsletter and become a love and lighter, you can go to tarotbyginamarie.com. We talk about crystals, and I talk about a tarot card a month, and we do some astrology as well. So if you're interested in that, go over to tarotbyginamarie.com and sign up for my newsletter. Become a love and lighter. Also, I have a free Introduction to Tarot webinar where I teach you the meanings of the Ace or the Ten of Cups and how to do a 3-card read totally free from me. If that's something you're interested in, check out my webinar. It's free and it's linked in the description box below. All right, everyone. Overall energy of the reading is the Ace of Cups. New beginning in love, a new beginning with something you love. It is the flow of emotion. Yeah, I'm ready for some new love. Yes, I am. And I bet you are too. All right. In your recent past, we have Strength, the Knight of Swords, and the Hierophant. Knight of Swords could be somebody coming in because they got something to say. Strength is having the inner strength to deal with the situation. The Hierophant can mean a spiritual awakening. It can mean you need to be true to yourself. It can mean you need to think outside the box. In your current energies, we have the Two of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Three of Swords is somebody's words, actions, or intentions hurt you and hurt you pretty badly. Two of Cups. Two of Cups can be a partnership and or a relationship. Page of Wands. Page of Wands can be a card of communication, but it can also be a card of somebody wanting something fresh, new, and exciting. In your potential final outcome, we have the Four of Swords, Justice, and the Three of Pentacles. Justice is wanting things fair and balanced. Four of Swords is resting, recovering, healing from a situation. Three of Pentacles is building foundations for relationships. Now, we have to see how all of this correlates to the Ace of Cups. Now let's start clarifying. Knight of Swords. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Now, take the reading how it resonates. Roles can be reversed. I could be talking about you or somebody's energy connected to you. Why is this Knight of Swords here? Why is the Knight of Swords here? Yeah. Oh, giddy up, everybody. Giddy up. Lower your volume. That's your warning. Lower your volume. Knight of Swords is being clarified by Judgment and BAM! We have a tower, ladies and gentlemen. We have a tower. Oh, I love the tower. The tower. Why is the tower here? Tower is just something sudden that happens to shake us up and puts us on a different path. The tower happens for us, not to us. Why is the tower here? Why is this tower here? Oh my, are you kidding me? Be still my heart. Both of my favorite cards are on the table. It's like both of your children succeeding. Get that. Knight of Swords is being clarified by Judgment in the Tower, and the Tower is being clarified by the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Okay, giddy up. Let's talk about this. When I was shuffling for the Knight of Swords, all I felt like you had something to say, because I feel like for the longest time, either you have been quiet or you just haven't, nobody's been paying any attention to you. It's like going to work and being invisible. You do the work, but you're invisible. As in, they say hello to everybody else, they acknowledge everybody else, but they don't acknowledge you. And you're still trucking along doing all the work. Well, and doing a really good job. Let me stick that in there as well. But I feel like this is you finally saying something, okay? It's like, I got something to say. And with Judgment here, I feel like it's an awakening. Like an awakening within you, in some ways, to be seen. And with this Tower moment, it's like getting clarity, getting truth, finding your own truth, finding your voice. It's like I get a lot of speaking your truth. I don't feel like this Tower like shakes things to the core, but I feel like the Tower is let's take a look at your life honestly. Also, for some of you, for a very small percentage of you, this Tower, this can be spying energy, as in you may be thinking about something or someone from the past, and this is you getting clarity on that situation. Like, oh, you know what, it really would have been nice if they would have done X, Y, and Z. And the clarity is look, they weren't going to do it anyway. You deserve so much better. I just needed to throw that out there. Strength. Why is the strength card here? Talk to me about the strength card. Yeah, I feel like this is you finding your voice, finding your passion. Like standing, in some ways, it's almost like standing up for yourself, but not being, it's like standing up for yourself, but not being a jerk about it. Just being like, okay, like making your presence known without being a jerk. Let me say it like that. Why is the strength card here? Why is the strength card here? Yeah, look at that. Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Having the strength to speak your piece, to be known, but not be an asshole about it. Let me say it like that. Strength is being clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Hermit. Yes, it's having the strength to speak your piece, but also taking your time and figuring out what you're going to say. Because sometimes he just blabs off at the mouth and he doesn't realize the consequences of his actions. But it's like speaking your piece, but it's like with the wisdom of the Hermit behind it. That's why I got speaking your piece, but not being a jerk about it. Because sometimes, hey, how do I look in that dress? Well, you look fat. Whoa. Oh, well, you could have said it, hey, you could have said, you know what, that dress isn't very flattering on you. I don't like the shape. That's a little bit better than coming out and saying, well, you're just fat. Do you see what I mean? He doesn't really think about what he wants to say. But with the wisdom of the Hermit behind it, you do. So it's, in some ways, you've got something to say, and it's being awakened to say it, but it's getting the clarity on how to say it and how to have your words have meaning behind it. Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? Why is the Hierophant here? It's kind of like, and I know this might be a crappy example, but it's kind of like going into your boss's office and instead of going, I deserve a raise because I do all the work around here. And that could be the absolute truth. Maybe going into your boss's office and say, you know what, I would like to talk about a salary adjustment because I've noticed an increase in my workload. And actually lining out all of the work that you've been doing. That's a little different than coming out and saying, I want a raise because I do all the work around here. See what I mean? Hierophant is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. Yeah, I feel like this is you now stepping up and being true to who you are. And with the Five of Pentacles, I feel like this is you not being put out in the cold. But another meaning of the Five of Pentacles is resilience. Take a look at these people, okay? It is snowing like a mother. It is just snowing. This guy is hurt. They've got tatters for clothes, but what are they doing? They're moving forward. They're not standing there. They're moving forward. So it's no matter what life throws at you, you keep moving forward. You keep persisting and moving forward. And I feel like that's the lesson. That's the, being true to who you are, always moving forward. And now you're really moving forward, taking charge and moving forward because the Emperor drives the chariot. And he drives the chariot by his sheer willpower to get the chariot to move because there are no reins here. He just, by his sheer willpower, gets the chariot to move. So I feel like for you, for as bizarre as I feel this whole first row is, I feel like this is you now being seen and being heard. And stating your piece, but stating it in a way, like I said, instead of busting into your boss's office going, I want a raise because I do all the friggin' work around here. Walking in and saying, I'd like to discuss a salary adjustment because of the increased workload that I've had for the last several months, and outlining the reasons why you deserve a salary increase. There's, it's like, I want a raise. I would like to talk about a salary adjustment because of the increased workload that I have. See the difference? So I feel like in some ways, this is you now being seen and being heard. In your current energies, we have Two of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? Talk to me about the Three Swords. Why is the Three Swords here? Why is the Three Swords here? Yeah. Yeah, I just get, when I see the Three of Swords, and I usually don't feel this, I feel perseverance. I feel like no matter what that you've been up against, no matter how hard and how hurt you have been in the past, you come out like this. It's almost like for as much hurt and pain that you've endured, it's the more stability you have created for yourself. It's like the pain and the hurt in the past has caused you to be the person that you have become. And you are this Queen of Pentacles. I don't believe you're carrying the burdens. I feel like you're dropping them. So it's almost like what I want to say is all the crap that you've dealt with in the past has made you who you are, and you are this Queen of Pentacles, loving, nurturing, caring, and abundant. Dropping the burdens because you've got the stability. You know you've got this. Two of Cups. Why is the Two of Cups here? Wow. You know you've got this because you have the resilience to move forward, as you always do. Why is the Two of Cups here? I feel like as you're being seen, others see you too. Two of Cups is being clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Where it comes to relationships, we're allowing things to end that need to end. Relationships that no longer serve you are going to be gone, and they're going to be replaced with new ones. I want to say more beneficial ones to you. So this could mean at that job that you asked for a raise because now you're being seen, or now you want to be seen. Let's say they don't give you the raise. You know your value and your worth. Not going to carry that burden. Partnership, relationship doesn't have to mean a romantic partnership. It could be a job because it's a relationship between you and the company you work for. So possibly where a job is and something is ended, something comes in and they offer you more money because you know your value and your worth, for example. So this could be being seen at work, and now all of a sudden you know where they stand and you're like, no, I have to leave. It may hurt you to leave and hurt you to find out they don't value you as much as you value yourself. Don't carry the burden. Drop that burden, and you're going to go off and find something else. Because you've let something go, another opportunity comes in. This could be a relationship. Maybe you don't feel seen and heard in your relationship. And now when you speak up, somebody's like, you know what, I'm out. No, don't forget who you are. Drop that burden. Drop the burden of somebody not seeing you. And now since you've let it go, a new opportunity, a new relationship comes in. Somebody who's going to see you. That's why I tell you, take the reading how it resonates. Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? Because you've let something go that needed to be let go of. New things come in. Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? Talk to me about this Page of Wands. Yeah. Page of Wands wants something fresh, new, and exciting. Yes, I believe you're ready to open up your heart to that. You're ready to open up your heart to the things that make you happy. I feel like you want to be giddy like a kid again. You know, most little kids, and I'm just going to say most instead of all, most little kids don't have anything to worry about. All they do is run and play all day. That's it. The biggest thing that they have to worry about is if their friends are going to be at the park, you know, when they get there. Or do I have all my crayons so I can color my picture? You know, wouldn't that be a great thing to have just that to worry about? I tell my kids, don't be in a hurry to grow up because being an adult sucks because you have so much responsibility all the time. Stay a kid as long as you can. But I feel like with this Page of Wands, you do. It's like you want to take the adventure. You want to open up your heart to those things. It's like, I want to say you're being illuminated to the fact that there's more to life than whatever this was. And you're going after it now. In your potential final outcome, we have the Four of Swords, Justice, and the Three of Pentacles. Justice. Why is Justice here? Yeah. Why is Justice here? Yeah, now there's justice. Now there's fair and balance in your relationships. Why? Because now you're standing up for yourself and creating healthy boundaries. So the job scenario for some of you could be correct, because I believe maybe you're heartbroken because they don't see your value and worth. Don't carry the burden of staying there. I would say put your resume out and start finding something, because another job is coming because you're willing to end something that doesn't serve you. Where it comes to relationships, partnerships and relationships, because you've ended something, new opportunities are coming in because you've established your boundaries. If you're at work and they do not value you and you don't feel valued at work, why would you stay? If you don't feel valued in a loving relationship, why would you stay? And don't say, well, it's easier to stay because I have kids. That's a bullshit excuse. And you know it. It's just an excuse. Why would you stay somewhere you are not valued? Don't. This is telling me you get justice in your relationships because you stood up for yourself. And like I said, you stood up for yourself, but you weren't a jerk about it. You can still stand up for yourself and stand your ground and be heard. And if you don't like what you hear back, you have every right to just keep moving forward, because new opportunities are coming in. Now, I'm not telling you if you're not valued at work to quit your job without putting your resume out and getting a new job. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you, now you know where you stand. Start putting your resume out there so you can end that job and accept a new one. Four of Swords. Why is the Four of Swords here? This goes for the relationships in your life. Have healthy boundaries so all of the relationships in your life can be fair and balanced for you. Four of Swords. Why is the Four of Swords here? That goes for that aunt that always wants to muscle in on your stuff or has 2 cents to say, or, a brother or a sister who oversteps their boundaries, or friends. No, not anymore. Boundaries. If you don't respect my boundaries, done. Four of Swords is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Healing, and I want to say, for me, resting, taking a moment for yourself. You need to go get a massage, You need to take a day off and do absolutely nothing and sit on the couch and just binge watch TV, then do it. Sometimes we need a mental health break from all of the work that you've been doing, because sometimes you feel like you're missing out on the most wonderful things in life because you're too much about the grind. Don't be about the grind. Be about you. There is only one of you, and there is only a short amount of time that we stay here on this planet. This life, you may be like, wow, well, I'm like 20-something. I got my whole life ahead of me. Your whole life is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. I saw something once that said, life is not guaranteed. Use your PTO. Use your time off. Take your vacation time. Do it. I always tell you, the one person in the world you should love the most is yourself. The one person that you should take care of is yourself. And if that means sometimes you need to take a day, get a massage, get your nails done, even if it's, take a day off and go sit by the beach, go sit by the water. Take a day off and go do something that you love. Read a book. Sit in front of the TV, veg on the couch, sleep in, whatever it is that you need to recharge your batteries. Because I feel like work is making you feel like life is passing you by and you're missing out on some of the great things in life. Don't miss out. Don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Take your vacation. Take time for yourself. Take the breaks you need. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Why is the Three of Pentacles here? Yeah, I feel like your relationships and partnerships are now stronger. Okay, and don't freak out. Don't freak out. I know you see the Three of Swords there. Don't freak out. Okay. Your partnerships, your relationships are stronger because you've been hurt in the past, because of this Three of Swords, because you've healed it. Okay, remember what I said here about all of the hurt and pain in the past has kind of molded you to become the person that you are. You're always moving forward. You're very persistent. No matter how hard things get, you're always moving forward. And it has caused you to become the person that you were meant to be. and the person that you are, this Queen of Pentacles, loving, nurturing, caring, abundant, stability around you because of all of the hurt and pain in the past. Well, I want to say you're building relationships on better foundations. This new beginning is happening because of the pain that you've endured in the past, because of the healing work, as we take these swords out, that you've done in the past. This Ace of Cups for you is a new beginning in love. It's a new beginning with something you love. It is now the flow of emotion. It is you now stating, yes, I deserve better and I'm getting out of that relationship that I don't want. Or I deserve better. I need to be seen and I'm getting out of that job that kept me stuck in a rut. I am doing things now for me, making things fair and balanced in all of my relationships and partnerships, because now I'm loving myself enough to create healthy boundaries. This new beginning in love doesn't have to mean a romantic relationship is coming in. It doesn't have to mean that. It can, but it doesn't have to. This could mean that all of the love that you have, you're pouring back into yourself, and you're doing some self-care, self-love. So take this Ace of Cups. Take the Ace of Cups however you want. You are the master of your own destiny. I always tell you with the Magician, this is like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, where Glenda says, honey, you've had the magic within you the entire time. You are the master of your own destiny. If you don't like your life, you're the only one that can change it. I saw a video from Gary Vee, and I don't know if you know who Gary Vee is, if you like him, if you don't like him, but I'm going to tell you this. I saw a video from Gary Vee, and he said, you hate your job? Quit. You hate your stupid, MFer of a husband? Divorce him. Divorce that dopey guy. If you're not happy, life is too short to stay stuck in a job, stuck in a relationship that you don't want to be in. Life is too short. And he's got a point. Why would you want to stay stuck at a job or a relationship that you don't want to be in? Could you imagine if you were in a job that you hated and you had to go there between 8 and 12 hours a day and then come home to a partner that you hated and spend the rest of the night with them? So if you were at work for 12 hours, then you spend the rest of the 12 hours with a person that you hate. Your life would be freaking miserable. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? That's why I say the only person that has the power to change your life is you. Not any meditation that you recite, not any, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy, or looking at yourself in the mirror and stating, I deserve better. No. Once you get angry and pissed off and realize you deserve better on the inside, then you will act and do something about it. And I want to say, get pissed off right now, because if you're not being heard or seen in your relationship and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me, don't be scared. Get out of it. Because you got great things coming towards you. Once you make things fair and balanced, because you have put up your boundaries, you've got great things coming towards you. Like I said, you are the master of your own destiny. Only you can change your life. Only you can make yourself happy. All right. What does the universe want to say? Queen of Cups. The Moon. And the King of Cups. Wow, look at that. And the Moon is being crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. What you don't know is you are this Queen of Pentacles. And you've got a loving relationship coming towards you. You can be like this. Also, you can be like this King and Queen of Cups. She's very discerning about who she gives her cup to, and you should be. And you should keep your emotions very balanced. I want to say the things that you kept hidden, the things that were holding you back, don't let them hold you back. Be like this Queen of Pentacles. We talked about her before, remember? Here she is. All of that hurt and pain, things that you kept buried, have made you the person that you are today. All of the fears and the things that you kept buried, let them out. Because you can tackle them with this Queen of Pentacles here. For some of you, I do believe that you've got somebody coming in. I do believe that. But also, be very discerning about who you give your cup to and keep your emotions very balanced. All right, everybody, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped. Like I said, if you're miserable, you're the only person that can change it. And I really and truly hope that you do, because we spend so little time on this planet right here, right now, that life is too short to be stuck in a dead-end job. Life is too short to be stuck in a dead, done and over relationship. The time to be happy is now. And the only person that can make yourself happy is you. All right, everybody. Love and light.